Luigi Mangione has received $500,000 in donations. How is this possible, man?
Well, you want to know.
Yeah, I want to know.
The way that Americans react to these events will tell you everything about how they feel towards these institutions. Mm-hmm. Americans are hurting, bro. Yeah. They're upset. They feel disillusioned. Like they don't trust the government. They don't trust the medical industry. They don't trust the pharmaceutical industry. They don't trust the food. They don't trust the wars that we're in. Like, so when one of these guys that's at the head of a healthcare company gets clipped in brutal, disgusting fashion, like we shouldn't be like laughing about it.
Right.
We're already so hurt. We're already so destitute that we're like, f that guy.
Yeah. People are like, oh, he deserved it. Charging all those high ass prices for all that medicine.
For real. Like
that's how they think.
But if I'm the companies, or if I'm the billionaire class, I'm these super rich people, I'm looking at that and I'm going, okay, we're pushing them too much. In other words, like, I imagine, I don't know, I don't got that kind of money, but I imagine like the people who got all the money,
yes,
the billionaires, they don't want poor people to be too poor, because then we show up at your door with the guns and we start shooting you.
Yeah.
You need poor people to be have just enough where they don't want to rebel and revolt. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
The poor got to be a little rich.
Got to have a little something.
They got to have a little something.
Because they don't have enough, they'll come get it from somewhere.
Because if I'm dying anyway, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
So if you're the super rich, you have to look at a moment like that and you got to go, we got to get these poor people some money. Mm-hmm. Because if they don't have money, they're knocking on my door. Mm-hmm. So if I'm Jeff Bezos, if I'm Elon, if I'm Zuckerberg, if I'm all these guys, whatever that billionaire class is, yep, I'm going, hey, how can we get Americans some money? Because they are not happy. And they're supporting a guy who just clipped a dude who's not even he's not even a billionaire.
Right.
That's the shit that I'm looking at.
How did growing up in New York shape you with the diversity because like you said, New York has everything.
Yeah.
And they're right there.
Greatest city.
So you had to it wasn't like me. I mean, like I went to school with whites, but we was here, they were there. How did that shape what we see, the Andrew Schulz that we see sitting here today?
It showed me how awesome people are. People are awesome, and their cultures are awesome. And I got firsthand knowledge of it. You know, I got to go see what a bar mitzvah is.
Okay.
And a bat mitzvah is. Yeah. You know, I got to see these Jewish kids turn into men and women, and they're holding the chairs and jumping up. And I'm like, wow, that looks really cool. I would want that for a birthday party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to try foods you wouldn't imagine. And I got to see the way that like my Dominican friend's mom was just so like doting and loving on her children, and how protective and kind, and like I got to see the most amazing things about all these different cultures. And I think that's where my curiosity stemmed from. I got to see how hard these Chinese people would work, man. Like these kids that I would go to school with, they're going to school 7 days a week. You know what I mean? It's not like shocking they're getting 1,600 on their SATs. They're working their ass off.
Right.
And I got to see all that firsthand, and it was beautiful. And I think that's where my curiosity and my kind of love for all these different cultures comes from. Mm-hmm. Is I got to experience like the best of it. And also like every one of us was kind of first generation American. Mm-hmm. You know, like my dad's from America, but like my mom's not. So we're all got this like immigrant kid mentality. There's like this hunger. There's this excitement. We don't have this like a lack of hope, which unfortunately I think a lot of people in America have right now. It's like we were just dropped on America and we're in New York and it's time to get after it.
Right.
So when we saw somebody with something, it didn't make us feel bad.
Right.
It made us inspired. We're like, oh, I'm gonna get that shit too.
Right.
We were hustling from young kids. I was making fake DVDs and fake CDs. I'm trying to sell them to the kids in the school. Like I was doing anything I could to get some money.
Right.
And I think that also came from all my friends around me also trying to hustle.
Right.
It was exciting. Like it was just, my upbringing was wild.
Right.
Like I saw a lot of shit, maybe at a younger age than most. But it's the greatest city in the world. It's the greatest city in the world.
When you look at America, America was built not by natives. It was built by the slaves. It was built by the immigrants from Europe. Mm-hmm. Why do you think the immigrants are treated so poorly today?
Well, by whom?
us as Americans that, I mean, not me.
I don't treat them poorly.
Because I think the thing is for me, I mean, they're doing jobs that I ain't trying to do those jobs no more.
Yeah.
I did them. I worked construction and I worked in manual labor jobs.
Yeah.
And a lot of the jobs that the immigrants, and I think the way they phrase it is that they're coming stealing your jobs. They ain't stealing no job that we want to do.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's, I mean, actually, I don't even know if that's right, because I don't know if there's an American out there who's like, I would love to do that job.
Yeah.
Maybe there are. Maybe there's plenty that don't. But I mean, when I went and interviewed Trump, there are three things I want to talk about.
Right.
There's three things. We had the opportunity to interview someone who might be president, and some people were critical of even doing the interview. But the way I look at that is like, if you don't have the opportunity, you can't really say what you would or wouldn't do. There's a lot of people.
That's president. That guy that could be the president of the United States. You absolutely take it.
Right, especially if you care about your country.
Right.
Right, and who knows if I have any influence over Trump? I don't think I do. But there's three things I want to talk about. Number one, I wanted him to say that he was going to protect IVF. That's how my wife and I had to have a kid. We weren't able to conceive naturally. Okay. And two, I wanted to end foreign wars. And three, I wanted some compassion for illegal immigrants that are obeying the law. They're hardworking. Yeah. If you break the law, you're doing crimes, send them the f out. You got unanimous support in America for that. I don't think there's any Americans like, well, let's keep all the murderers that are illegal. Yeah. Like, get them out of here. But if you have somebody that's working their ass off, they have a family here, a pathway to citizenship, I think taxes. Is also, you have to understand, like, my mom's an immigrant. Like, it's impossible for me to not think that immigrants are what make America great. So they make the best Americans. Every American that cries about how American is, right? None of them immigrated here. Right. When you immigrate to America, you think that this is the great. My mom can't say a bad word about America. Right. I'm telling you that you need that energy. That energy is infectious. That desire. It's what I grew up around. I grew up around all these people who are like, holy shit, I got an opportunity to make it and I'm going after it. And yeah, I hope that this administration will look at that. It doesn't look like they're doing it, but I hope that they'll look at that, and I hope we find a pathway to legalization for them. I mean, but the thing is that his wife is an immigrant. Elon Musk is an immigrant. Yeah. I mean, it seems like to me, a lot of times, Schulz, and correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of times people achieve something, and once they get it, let's shut the door, don't let anybody else get it. Yeah. Because you look at Marco Rubio, you look at a lot of people, their parents immigrated here. Now, no, we don't want nobody else here. They would maybe argue that they did it legally or these things happen. But no, like they did. Like his wife, I guess, did it legally and Elon did it legally. And I understand that there is a distinction. Like my mom was able to do it, she was able to do it legally, right? But it doesn't stop the fact that like there are people here that are hardworking. Yes. They're benefiting the American economy and American lifestyle. And they're a net positive for us. Yeah, they pay taxes. Exactly. So why don't we just, in my opinion, I think that the barter or whatever, the bargain is lock up that border. You have the right to have a strong border as a country. Sure. There's some people who are like against having a strong border, which is just like weird. Like the only thing that makes you a country is... I think you and I agree, but the drugs are coming in at points of entry. They're not coming across the border. I imagine there's multiple ways that they get it. Yeah. I don't think there's just one, but I think there's probably multiple. But my point is like, you have the right to block the border. If you have a good, effective way to block the border, block that shit. Let's do it. But the people who are already here and are productive, give them a pathway to citizenship. If you're breaking the law, see you later. You don't get to come here and negatively impact Americans' lives. Well, if you breaking the law in America, you go to jail. So if they do their time in jail, and then once they're up, you send them back to wherever they came from. No, you're not going to do your time here. You're going to do your time over there. No, they're going to let them out, and then they're going to come right back. That's on them. No. Now we got the wall. No. You know what I mean? Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party, because we like to do something before two something.